Hey gorgeous, welcome to the Hormone P.U.Z.Z.L.E Podcast. I'm your host, Coach Kayla Smith, CEO of the Hormone P.U.Z.Z.L Society, a woman's health hub for fertility, hormones, and the business of coaching, creator of the Hormone P.U.Z.Z.L method, an infertility warrior, two-time boy mom, and women's health expert. This podcast is for women struggling with infertility, painful periods, terrible PMS, or really any symptom of hormone imbalance that they are ready to eliminate for good. Tune in weekly because we will be interviewing amazing experts in the field of women's health, breaking down those hormone walls, nerding out on nutrition, and having way too much fun. Whether you're just beginning your fertility journey or you've been struggling for years, we are going to finally help you put those pieces of your hormone puzzle back together so that you can get pregnant and eliminate those pesky symptoms for good. Are you ready? Thank you so much for tuning in. Now let's get started on your road to transformation. Hey gorgeous, welcome back to the show. I am so excited to have you here. Each week, we're going to talk to some amazing experts and really dive into topics all around fertility. So you're not going to want to miss a single show. If you haven't already, take a minute and hit that subscribe button. That will ensure that you never miss a single episode. So we'll take 1 second. We can wait. Hit that button and make sure you're all set. Also, I would be forever grateful if you would leave us a review on iTunes. This will help more people find this show, and it will allow us to help even more women on their journeys with fertility and hormones. And this is how iTunes decide who is shown what. So this way you can do your part to help the infertility community, and it would make me so very excited. So thank you. I would be forever grateful if you would do that for me. Thanks, gorgeous. And now let's get on with the show. Ana Gonzalez Herrera's endometriosis story is like that of so many corporate executives with the disease. She once gave a presentation in a male-dominated boardroom while masking her excruciating pain. Another time in Starbucks, she doubled over in pain and fainted, then woke up and drove straight to work, pretending to be okay to not appear weak, and this became her norm, but no longer. After being diagnosed with stage 4 endometriosis and having 5 surgeries over the course of roughly a decade, the last in which included a full hysterectomy and colon resection, Herrera says her pain has become her mission, Hormone University, a platform completely self-funded to educate women experiencing hormonal imbalances and to advocate for social justice and women's health issues. You can learn more about Hormone University at www.hormone-university.com and on Instagram at Hormone University. Let's welcome Ana to the show. Hi, Ana. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Kayla. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited to talk to you. So let's jump right in. Tell me a little bit more about who you are and what you do.
Yes, absolutely. So my name is Ana Gonzalez Herrera, and I'm the founder of Hormone University. I worked in the health and beauty business industry for several companies for about 17 years. And through my endometriosis journey, I then decided to start Hormone University to help with education and prevention on women's health.
I love that. I love when someone comes with their own personal journey and that kind of prompts them to, go on this mission to help other women not have to struggle the way they did. That's exactly why I started my company. My struggles with infertility, and it just was like, this can't be in vain. I have to do something. So I love that you're doing that. It's truly amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. So talk to me a little bit more about, your journey with endometriosis and kind of, how it all started, how you knew you had it, and then, kind of go in more details there.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I was diagnosed first with fibroids at the age of 23.
Oh.
And, I basically just started having very, very painful periods. And, I kept asking my mom at the time, oh, did you have painful periods? How was it for you? And she would say, yeah, sometimes. And I kind of didn't think any of it until the pain was gradually getting worse and worse. And so I then had a small surgery, laparoscopy back then. And that's when my doctor at the time, who was excellent, and giving incredible care, he then diagnosed, after a while, maybe it was like 5 years later, he diagnosed by just doing an ultrasound. He basically said, you do have a condition called endometriosis. And I was like, what is that?
Right.
And so he explained to me, I remember he spent close to 2 hours with me.
Wow.
It's so rare, right? It's so rare. And he explained everything to me, and he said, the best thing you can do is actually get pregnant, because this condition can get much worse.
Oh.
And apparently when you have endometriosis at that age, kind of mid-20s, getting pregnant is a good thing to kind of stop it.
Okay.
So it's one hypothesis. And so I'm like, how am I going to do that if I...
Right. In your 20s, you're trying to prevent pregnancy usually.
Yeah. And I had a boyfriend at the time, and I was like, I'm not sure if this is the right age and if we're ready. Like, we just started our careers. So, unfortunately, effectively, every time I had an episode of stress in my life, it started getting gradually worse and worse and worse. The pain was excruciating, and I just, stuffed myself with painkillers. So, I ended up having 4 laparoscopies.
Oh my goodness.
And then, to cut the very long story short, I was, married, and I wanted to conceive. And then after all these surgeries, your follicles get, in a way impacted. So, we went to a doctor, and the OBGYN basically said, there is a very low chance that you can conceive, but you can try IVF. And so we tried it. It was a disaster. And and so we just had to make a decision. Okay, well, we can maybe think about adopting, or let's just stop this process. And then unfortunately, I got a very, very bad pain crisis, and I was told that I had stage 4 endometriosis, which is the worst stage, and it had infiltrated my colon.
Oh my goodness.
So it's a very tough story, and it's still very hard for me to talk about it. Basically, I was told, the only way we can see, for a solution and for you not to suffer so much with very bad pain is to go through a full hysterectomy. So that's what
I'm so sorry. And thank you so much for sharing that with us, because I know it's tough. Yeah.
Yeah. Very tough.
Yeah.
But, so is life. So is life. And, that was my inspiration for Hormone University. I think I didn't know so many things that I do know now. And I decided at the time, that's it. No one should go through this, or PCOS, or any of those horrible conditions that go through as a woman, that you basically suffer in silence. And, I had a wonderful career, and I was working in my last job with 3 male partners, and I was embarrassed to talk about it, and I ended up disclosing it. But it was really hard sitting in board meetings. And I remember once I basically fainted before going to work. I still got up, went to work. It's just really tough, and we should not be going through this. We should not. So the more information, the better. I'm all about prevention.
Yes. And I think a lot of people don't realize that they even have endometriosis. They just think it's normal to have a painful period or to have, you know, these issues with pain. And they just think like that's part of being a woman, but it's not. You know, there's definitely can be an underlying condition, and there can be things that you can do to help that. So let's talk about that a little bit. How would somebody know that they even have it?
So, you know, pain is definitely a very big factor. Heavy bleeding can also be another big sign. And one thing I also learned is that you just have to monitor your cycle and, you know, really try and understand how your body works, because not everyone has a perfect cycle, right?
I don't think anyone does.
Exactly. Like this, you know, perfect 28-day cycle. Well, no, it doesn't happen that way. So I think, you know, studying your own body is very, very important. And if you suddenly realize that something is off, and I think we just have to listen to our bodies. And if you really truly do that and make sure that you supervise yourself, right? Then there will be signs, you know, heavy periods, pain, of course. I mean, I had, you know, I had vomiting and, you know, several other things, diarrhea, several other things that I was actually, you know, really in pain. It was horrendous. And it affected probably about 50% of my time, you know.
Wow.
So if you have any of these signs, definitely request an ultrasound. But I think one of the key things, Kayla, that unfortunately not many people know about is that not every OBGYN understands endometriosis or has that specialty under their belt. So one big recommendation is make sure that they know this disease, this condition well, and they have treated it in the past, so that they can diagnose it as soon as possible.
And talk to me a little more about that. How important, obviously, early detection with any condition or illness is important, but how about with endometriosis? How important is that?
Really important. Really important. I was, in my personal case, I got it diagnosed very early on. You know, maybe it's my life journey. Maybe it's my fate, you know, that fertility got affected so much. In my case, it really didn't matter that it was diagnosed early on, because I still got it again and again and again. So after each surgery, I would be praying, oh my God, let's not, you know, I hope it doesn't come back. And it came back. And I do believe, I have this strong belief that my strong episodes of stress definitely had a massive impact, because when you have stress, your cortisol levels go up, right? Your immune system goes down. There are some doctors looking into endometriosis saying that it could be an autoimmune disease. It could be. So look after your immune system, you know, start from that foundation. And going back to your question about how important it is, you know, it depends on your body and your many different things that control your adrenal glands and that control your estrogen levels, etc. But of course, the earlier you have information, the better. You can do something about it at least.
For sure. And I love that you're talking about this too, because I always say, you know, your period is your body's report card, and these symptoms that you're experiencing are trying to tell you something. So if you do have heavy bleeding, if you do have pain or any of those conditions, then listen to that and go get it checked out, just to make sure that it's not, you know, endometriosis or any other condition that needs to be treated.
Totally. Because endometriosis it acts like, it's not cancer, but it acts like cancer. It can go anywhere in your body. It went, in my case, to my colon and my ovaries and my fallopian tubes. But I've heard of cases where endometriosis has been implanted in the skin. I mean, it's very strange, right? Or in the lungs. And so you do want to make sure that it doesn't spread anywhere else, for sure. Very important.
Yes. And are there some things that can be done naturally to kind of keep it at bay? I wouldn't say prevent it, because I think if you're going to get it, you're going to get it. But is there things that you can do to slow the progression or to manage the symptoms that are natural?
Yes, absolutely. So what usually happens with endometriosis is that you don't detoxify well. And so your estrogen levels or progesterone levels, you have to really monitor a lot. Definitely there are a lot of things you can do. So first of all is diet, of course. I would say it's a combination of things. I can't stress enough how stress can impact this. So I would say definitely get on into whatever makes you happy and calm, and avoids any period of stress. So whether it's meditation or yoga or Pilates, whatever works for you, that will give you a sense of presence. And, you know, as they say from Eckhart Tolle's book, The Power of Now, right? Like it's really, really important. So meditation, yoga, anything that keeps you calm. Exercise is super important because you are definitely eliminating toxics. One thing that I really like is red light therapy as well. So like that sauna that, you know, and you can buy it. And if you have a little space, you can just do it at home.
I want to get one so bad. Oh my goodness.
Oh, good.
Yes, they are amazing for just your immune system in general. I mean, just heating up that internal core. Oh, yes.
It's incredible. So I got one, and it's like a little tent, and you sit inside and you get your hands out. I read a book whilst my whole body's sweating. It's
my goodness. Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. And anything that, you know, detoxifying your body is excellent. Avoid anything inflammatory, of course. So, you know, the usual, like gluten and dairy. Those are inflammatory foods. So try and avoid those. Sleep well. You know, we regenerate during our sleep. It's extremely important that we get 8 hours at night. Naps don't count.
Right.
Because of your circadian rhythm, right? So it's important that it's at night. And yeah, I would say those are the things that can have a nice impact, and it's all natural. And avoid plastics. That's another one. And in use, I saw that you did a post about this. Beauty products.
Yes.
Beauty products. I've been in the beauty industry for a long time. Careful with those ingredients.
Yes.
Very careful. They're endocrine disruptors, and they can have an impact in your bloodstream, and therefore they can have an impact on inflammation and many other things.
Hey y'all, it's Coach Kayla here. I hope you are loving this episode as much as I am. We will be back in just a minute, but first, a word from our sponsors. Hey love, I am so excited about our latest project at the Hormone P.U.Z.Z.L.E Society, the Hormone P.U.Z.Z.L E Membership Club. This membership club aims to empower and educate all the women struggling with infertility, and it teaches you how you can get pregnant and balance your hormones using a step-by-step process of the Hormone P.U.Z.Z.L method and cycle syncing. It's also a community where you can get real-time support for all your important questions on infertility, hormones, holistic living, and connect with your infertility and cycle sisters and have synthetic ears for letting out all your frustrations. You're not alone on this journey. We have your back. So head on over to coachkayla.com/membership to join today. Thanks, guys.
And all of those things that you mentioned are all part of my hormone puzzle, which is what this podcast is all based around. So, I love that you're saying all of this. And for the people that are listening, whether you're struggling with endometriosis or not, these are things that you should be doing to boost your fertility naturally, to have the healthiest life that you can have anyways. So definitely, though, if you think you might have endometriosis or you're struggling with some sort of symptoms of, painful periods like we talked before. So I love that. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit more about stress. I also agree that, stress is the second leading cause of fertility issues, ovulation issues, endometriosis, PCOS, all of it. So talk to me a little bit more about that. I know we touched on it, but a little more on some of your best stress relieving strategies.
Yes. So, I suffered from adrenal fatigue for years. And I think when you have, it could be anything. It doesn't need to be your career. Like in my case, I had several episodes. It was my job that was, very, high responsibility, corporate job, traveling around the world. But also I had other episodes like, when my father passed away, that was a highly stressful time for our family, and I was very close to him, and it was a long period of, suffering. He had cancer. So I remember literally 6 months later, I got the endometriosis pain crisis. So it's interesting, right? How your body reacts to all of this. So, it is very hard to control these things. You have to train yourself. I believe our minds are extremely powerful. And we have to also make a mental effort and commit to ourselves and promise to ourselves, okay, I will do all of these things for me. One of the things that we're going to be launching and we're going to have on Hormone University, it's a one-pager so that you can have things that you can do for your own wellness. So you can print as many of those, and you can just every single day, write things that you're grateful for and commit to certain actions for yourself that you're going to be doing, whether it's exercise or sleep or, taking the right supplements or whatever it is that helps you. So that helps you manage that stress. There are, I think it's different for different people, right? I love dancing. Well, that makes me not stress.
Right.
It makes me so happy to dance, and so I joined dance classes. Makes me forget about the world and whatever is going on. So I think you have to just, what makes you happy, and what takes your mind off things, and it's committing to those strategies, right? And making sure that you stick to them. Consistency over time, right?
Right. Yes, definitely. And I always say, a lot of times you can't control the situation. Infertility is a very uncontrollable season in your life, but you can control how you react to it and can put things into your life to help you manage it better, like dancing or like, something that makes you happy, something that brings you joy. So that's something you can control. So I love that you say that.
Definitely. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. I remember when I went to do the IVF and the results were so bad. And, my then husband and I knew it was his dream too to have kids, and you're right. I mean, that process of acceptance, I think that's also something to consider when it comes to stress, accept situations and really have that in the forefront of your mind. When you accept, stress levels go down. So, and you get less anxious about things. Easy to say, but
yes. And it's definitely a process, and it's a day by day thing. So it's a lifelong journey. So So talk to me a little more about Hormone University and kind of what inspired you to create this and what it is.
Yes, thank you so much. It's my mission. I often say my pain became my mission.
I love that.
I joined the Endometriosis Foundation of America as well to help them. I volunteer. I'm now part of their board. And I realized, like I said before, there is not enough straightforward information.
Mm-hmm.
No one wants to read scientific stuff. I mean,
No.
it's boring, it's complicated, it's hard to understand. I like straightforward, simple talk so that we can all try and prevent whatever issue or condition might come to us. So education is the foundation of everything. When we educate ourselves, we can be our own advocates. We can say to a doctor, I'm sorry, I don't agree with that.
Right.
Why are you not booking me an ultrasound? I need an ultrasound. And it helps you have the tools. And I want to leave, a little contribution to the world and help women and girls. Two of the girls in my team, they're in their early 20s and they're like, oh my God, I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
And they're learning so much. And I was like, wow, why are they not teaching this at school? This is part of our nature. This is part of, our journey in life. So I am very passionate about education, and every single woman should learn from it. And by the way, guys too. Guys who learn about this, they're part of it too.
Right.
Whether they like it or not,
Right. Yeah.
Why do we associate hormones with women? Men have hormones.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I want I want Hormone University to be a platform where people learn and they read and they become their own advocates, and we have a social impact for anyone out there. So that's the reason.
I love that. And I agree. You should be your own advocate. I talk about this all the time. Your doctors, they work for you, and you need to tell them what you need. Speak up for yourself. Don't just take what they give you. Be your own advocate. So I love that you say that. And I also agree. I don't think this is talked enough about in school. I mean, even with me, we didn't learn anything about tracking our cycles or, the right time to have sex, about ovulation, none of it. So it's like, why aren't we talking about this? It makes no sense. And so I wish I could go back to my 13-year-old self and be like, this is what's up.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, didn't we all feel embarrassed to ask our parents about this?
Yeah. And we thought you have sex and you get pregnant. It doesn't work that easily. Yeah.
Only we knew at the time.
Right. Oh my goodness. So talk to me a little more about your vision and where you think education and all of this should be going.
Yeah. I mean, look, the vision is to reach as many women as we can and create communities so that we all help each other. And again, I think as women, fertility, it's been so hard for all of us that, haven't been able to have that. I call Hormone University my child,
Right.
We're told this is how we have to act in life, and this is what society says to us that we have to do. And, you get married and then you procreate, and well, guess what? Sometimes it doesn't happen. So, my vision going forward is to have that domino effect where communities get impacted. And one of the things that we're doing is also launching things so that low-income groups benefit as well from education, and for it's also impacting policy. And we have launched a petition to remove the tampon tax, and we're going to be doing this state by state. God knows why. Anyone that thinks about it with even common sense, why do menstrual products have been categorized as luxury goods? So isn't that insane?
That is crazy.
So we're really, New York removed it, California removed it.
Good.
So we're going state by state. We started with Texas, and I please ask anyone who listens to this to just go onto Hormone University our profile on Instagram, and we have a link so that they can sign on change.org.
Yes, please.
And we will send that to the right politicians.
Yes.
So that we can impact policy.
Oh, I love that. It's so important.
So important. So important. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, well, I love everything that you're doing. It's so amazing. So tell us a little more about where we can find you, where we can find Hormone University, and about your free gift you have for all of us.
Yeah, let's do the free gift first.
Okay.
So, there is right now a really nice hormone balancing list of recipes. It's a little ebook. And you can just download it for free. And as I mentioned earlier, we're also going to be launching this one-pager diary that you can download for free, where you can basically use that as your daily tracker for your wellness diary. So they can find those two things. Our website is hormone-university.com, and our Instagram handle is hormoneuniversity.com.
Awesome. Love it. Love it. So yes, please y'all go get the guide or get the ebook. I love some wonderful hormone balancing recipes. That'll be really valuable for everybody listening, in the checklist too. That is amazing. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. So any final thoughts before we close out here today?
Look, well, first of all, thank you so much. It's really, really nice talking to you, Kayla. And look, I mean, my final thought really is, I really want to reiterate the being your own advocate. I think that is so crucial. Learn as much as you can and commit to yourself, that you're going to do whatever it takes to help yourself. Love yourself as well. Very, very important. And and come and have a look at Kayla's podcast and listen and educate yourself, and come to Hormone University on Instagram and educate yourself as well.
Oh, I love it. Well, Ana, it was so nice talking to you. I've loved getting to know you. So thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you so much, Kayla. Lovely talking as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for listening. And until next time, bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Hey, hang on just 1 second before you go. I want to make sure that you are aware of all of the amazing free resources that I have for you on my website at CoachKayla.com. From a fertility meal plan, a cycle syncing quick start guide, a holistic healing cookbook, as well as master classes, blog posts by me and some amazing experts in the fields of fertility, hormones, and nutrition. So many wonderful resources that will help you on your journey. And I wish there had been something like this when I was going through my 2 years of infertility, but there just wasn't. And so that's why I decided to create all of this for you. So make sure that you go and check it out and you take advantage of this plethora of support that I have provided for you. And spoiler alert, these were some of the same tricks and the same foods that I used to get myself pregnant, not once, but twice, even after my doctors said that I couldn't. So I know that these things work. Make sure you take advantage of that. And I cannot wait for you to be my next success story. So thanks, love. See you soon. Thanks for tuning in today to the Hormone Puzzle Podcast. Check out the show notes for today's episode at CoachKayla.com. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and leave a review. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next week.